Hello my lovelies, I hope you're doing well and I'm back once again with yet another reading. And in this video, I would be connecting to the current energies and current frame of mind of Faman towards Sumbul and Sumbul towards Faman. And I would be focusing on the question that is there any possibility of sort of things getting fixed between them and regarding a possible reunion. And I know this question, the situation has been dragging. It's been such a long time, okay? And I did mention that beginning of the year was very important, okay? So if they managed to fix things then yes, things would have been great. But if they crossed that time period, okay, which they of course have, so it's just going to make things very difficult and even more complicated. The more time passes, the more difficult it would become, okay, for things to go back to the way they were or to sort of be even better than before. So yeah, of course, at times, the timing is very important, So now let's see. First of all, let's briefly connect to Faman's energies towards Sumbul, okay? So let's see how exactly is Faman feeling towards Sumbul. What are his current energies, okay? So what is Faman feeling towards Sumbul? All right. So the thought of Sumbul definitely makes him feel a bit unpleasant and anxious, okay? He feels emotional even today, but at the same time, there's a major change taking place in his life. So he's very occupied with this change. I feel this could be linked to his project. And when it comes to Sumbul, he doesn't really expect anything. He's trying not to expect too much from the situation or anything from her anymore, okay? So he's trying to focus on this positive change which has come into his life, all right? So he's trying to focus on that. So now let's see. Now let's connect to Sumbul's energies towards Faman, okay? Very briefly, just to get an idea, okay? Because the focus of this reading is, okay, a possible reunion or things getting, getting better between them. So let's see. How exactly is Sumbul feeling towards Faman? What are Sumbul's current energies towards Faman? So let's see. How exactly is Sumbul feeling? All right, so, okay. What are Sumbul's energies towards Faman? So even she doesn't want to keep any unrealistic expectations anymore from the situation, okay? So she's definitely still in the fighting mode, okay? Or possibly she still thinks about the past or the fight which took place or the unpleasant situation, all right? But at the same time, she doesn't really expect anything from the situation anymore. So a part of her does feel a bit hanged, and confused, because there's a conflict between her mind and her heart when it comes to Faman, all right? So overall, she's considering possibilities when it comes to her life, and there's maybe certain negative energy which is getting to her, certain negative environment, certain negative energy, or maybe someone said something is affecting her, something is like a sad reminder, okay? And she's going through a period of emotional turmoil, okay? So yeah, because the fighting is coming up, okay, I will just check as a separate question in case she's having some sort of fight or issue with someone else, or is this linked to Faman, okay? So let's get some clarity on that. So this fight thing, so is this the fight linked to the past? Okay, just going to get some clarity on that, is it linked to Faman? And yeah, definitely seems to be linked to the past, I feel, okay? She's like trying to show strength. It is whatever that happened in the past, okay? She's not completely over it, and there's a conflict between her mind and her heart. But at the same time, she's also losing hope, and she's still looking in the opposite direction. She's still in that fighting mode. She's still looking in the opposite direction. She's not looking towards Faman, okay? There might be possible travel for Sumbul. Okay, so now regarding, let's focus on the reunion, if there's any possibility of things getting better between them. So let's see. So is there any possibility at all that things will get better between them? So let's see. All right, so let's see. Any possibility of things getting better, because the same pattern has been repeating again and again. So yeah, they're both feeling hanged, same pattern, same annoying pattern repeating, okay? So there's nothing much changing, I feel, in the energy, sadly. Okay, so is there any possibility in the future, can a reunion take place, can something happen? So of course, never say never, but at the same time, there's a sense of betrayal which they feel, okay? So somewhere Sumbul feels that Faman betrayed her. She feels backstabbed by him, okay? And her energies are pretty much the same. And as I mentioned, she's still in that fighting mode, and she's still looking in the opposite direction, okay? If she would look towards him, so things would have been sorted a long time ago. I've mentioned this in the past as well. And if you remember, I used to mention that it's very important for the Queen of Cups, which is Sumbul in this situation, to make a bold move if things are to get better, okay? And of course, Faman also had to change his approach as well, okay? So when it comes to dealing with her family members, with her father, okay? So there's a certain ego and stubbornness over there between two men, okay, which is Faman and the father. So I feel that again, still hanging, okay. The situation is pretty much the same, and it's going to continue this way, okay, if they don't sort of make active changes. And the issue here is from the girl side for now, because I feel that yeah, it's not that she doesn't think about him or she doesn't think about the fight. There's still some sort of fighting in her energy. So there could be a possibility they had an unpleasant exchange, some form of contact, unpleasant exchange of words, in recent times, or maybe the fact that she's so she thinks about it so deeply, whatever happened in the past. Even today, she thinks about it a lot. It's there in her memories. So somehow, more than it being something something which happened again, I feel it's linked to the past. Whatever happened, that keeps on replaying in her head. Okay, so yes, and of course, she had a lot of expectations from him, and she did sort of hope for a future with the guy. Okay, but you see, now, these energies which I'm picking up on, they're all linked to the past, what could have happened, what they wanted to happen. But now when I'm checking for the future, whether things will get better between them, okay? So they're still feeling hanged, you see. It's the same pattern, it's the same situation, okay? All right, so let's take a few more messages for Faman, okay, in this situation. So let's see. All right, so let's take a few more messages. Let's see. All right. So let's see. All right, so this is how Faman's feeling, okay? So there are times when he does question, and he does sort of want to question her, even today. Like, do you even care? So it's come down to that, where he feels, he wants to ask someone that, does she even care? Did she ever care? Does she even care, So that's how he feels, and but he is still manifesting her somewhere, okay? He does sort of, this is what makes him feel anxious, that have I lost everything? Have I lost her for good? But definitely part of him does want her to wait for him, okay? So maybe like he's waiting for divine timing, he's waiting for the universe to take its course, So maybe there's a part of him inside which hasn't completely given up, but he has surrendered to the universe. I've mentioned this previously as well, okay? So he believes in destiny, he believes in divine timing. So I mean, he is manifesting her, but right now he's focusing on his work, okay? So yes, now let's also check how exactly is Sumbul feeling, if we can sort of get some clarity on that. Further clarity, let's see, okay. We're trying to get an understanding regarding the reunion, and I'm giving you a very honest and clear picture, okay. So by the end of this video, I will give you full clarity, what lies ahead according to the current energies, when it comes to them reuniting. All right, so now let's see for Sumbul. Yeah, okay, so Sumbul's energies are all over the place, okay? So like I said, so there's confusion. So she's like in two opposites. There's a conflict between a mind and a heart. If you remember, I had just mentioned this initially in the start of the video, okay? So basically, a part of her does feel sorry. She's sorry, okay? She does have certain regrets. She does think about her shortcomings as well, okay? But at the same time, she feels there's a major ego clash. She feels that Faman has this ego, all right? And he's stubborn. And she feels that she's been caught in between two men with ego, all right? So, and she's in a lot of pain, okay? So emotional pain, okay? So, now when it comes to Faman, she feels that there is someone else, okay, and maybe she's not that important for him anymore, right? So there's this sense of confusion, lack of clarity, and not sort of being on the same page, you know, when it comes to expectations, you know. So they expect certain things from each other, and they have been disappointed, they have hurt each other in the process, all right? And and I feel both of them are sort of being stubborn in their own ways, okay? And the issue is from the girl side. Why I keep saying that is because, like, let's say if Sumbul, you know, like tomorrow, hypothetically, if tomorrow she sort of knocks on his door and she's all okay with him and she says that she wants him back, so I mean things will go back to the way they were. So Farman will welcome her with open hands. The issue is from the girl's end because she's completely looking in the opposite direction. She is not giving a welcoming vibe or energy, okay? So, but that doesn't mean she's not affected, okay? So she's not being honest with herself. I've mentioned this previously as well, okay? So that when it comes to Farman, so he surrendered to the universe. And I'm just going to ask a very simple question, try to get some guidance on that, you know, will things go back to the way they were? So, like, because you see, the problem is the current energies are pretty much the same. It's just dragging since the past several months now. I think it's nearly a year now. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a couple of months since this has been dragging, or maybe 1 year. It's been a year. So it's such a long time, and they've done this to themselves because they've just made things more and more worse, okay? And so is there any possibility, okay, will fans get to see them together again, and will they be able to fix their friendship? So what are the indications? That important time period has passed. You see, again, fighting is the central point right now. They don't want to change their stance, you know, and the girl and maybe her side of the family, they're still very, like, stubborn regarding certain things, okay? So they're not changing their outlook. And one more thing, guys, please be respectful in the comment section. Just because I'm not saying what you want to hear, or in case if you are a solo fan, okay? So, and if you cannot digest certain things, but do not be disrespectful, okay? Otherwise, this video is not for you. This is a Sumbul and Farman video, okay? So this video is for the fans of both of them that like seeing them together, okay? So if you're a solo fan and if you basically hate the other one, you know, so this video is not for you. So just letting you know already. So so yes, fighting is still, you know, the central point right now, okay? So, and ego is a major issue, and they're not willing to sort of change their approach, all right? So the guy has stopped trying as well now, and so yeah, so if things continue this way, it's looking very difficult, because you see, I'm still picking up on really stubborn, heavy, negative energy from the girl's end, okay? So when that being said, I don't mean that she wants something bad to happen to Farman, or maybe she's like she wishes the best for him, okay? She does miss him a lot, but I don't feel that a change can take place like this, okay? So I'm being very honest with you here, okay? I don't want the fans to sort of keep on waiting unrealistically. Whenever I feel that maybe there's a change in energy, or maybe there could be a change, I will definitely let you know. That's why I don't do these reunion videos that often, okay? So so yes, so that's why I feel things are very difficult, you know, and whatever that has happened, that has just left a bad taste in everyone's mouth, okay? So it's just yeah, and both of them are not really over it, but now Farman has reached a stage in his life where he's just focusing on his career. He's feeling much better, because I remember when I used to connect to his energies regarding this matter, he was very affected. He had gone through like a very heavy bad phase, but now he's much better. I feel his energies are much better now as compared to Sumbul's. Sumbul is still going through this major emotional turmoil and this conflict, okay? So which might not be visible on the outside, but internally she's going through a major conflict, okay? So until she reaches that stage, or maybe age, or where she's able to take certain decisions, or maybe she's able to, you know, or maybe the thing is, they've sort of crossed that important time period where things could have been fixed, okay? That was early this year. Latest, maybe up till March. Now they've crossed that time period. So it would really take something to, you know, it would really be a miracle if they can, you know, or maybe something circumstantial could happen where they bump into each other. But even then, you see, if they do bump into each other, or maybe at one event, so I feel the girl would still be very, like, her energies would be so cold and hostile, or maybe she would be looking in the opposite direction, you know, and not very welcoming towards Faman. So that would make things more unpleasant for the fans also, and even for Faman, and in fact both of them. And in such a situation, the girl will go home and she might even cry. She might feel very emotional about it. But you see, so yeah, it's not very healthy the way she's dealing with it, but she is affected right now. So if you think she's okay, she's happy, she's moved on, no, she's very much affected. Okay, it does haunt her even today in the past. Okay guys, so as I said, seems very difficult for now. Okay, unless of course there's like a miracle that takes place and there's some divine intervention, you know, or if I feel energies are changing, I will let you know in regards to a possible reunion, you know, because, you know, never say never, of course, but for now, you know, things are looking a bit difficult, so don't get your hopes up too much, because they're still holding on to what they believe in and they're being stubborn in their own ways. Okay, I don't feel things really have changed. So but let's see how things go, and if I feel maybe things are changing or there's a good chance again, so I will start doing videos linked to the reunion on a regular basis. But for now, okay, so this is like a one-off video, you know. Yeah, I will continue to do the energy reading, because I do understand that they have fans, you know, fans which like seeing them together, and you want to get an update, so I will continue to do that. Okay, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will be back once again. Till then, take good care of yourself. Ciao.